If you need to pee or something.
Oh no, I'm just thinking if I ball something up completely. It's
Oh
not
yeah.
Through one time.
If you really fuck it up, we can just cut it out, bro.
Cut it out.
Cool. Or just before I butcher the fuck out of something, and then be like, oh my god.
Hello and welcome to the Dual Power Podcast.
Your speed skating podcast, where we talk about everything speed skating related, inline and long track.
The last 15 years of speed skating have brought us lifelong lessons, memories and friendships, as well as a trip to the Olympics and lives as full-time professional athletes.
In this podcast, we talk with friends and fellow speed skaters.
We bring you behind-the-scene portraits, as well as race reports, training philosophy, inside stories from the skating world, and much more.
This podcast is brought to you by the Due Power brothers. I'm Philip Due.
And I'm Stefan Due.
Hope you enjoy listening.
Hello and welcome to the podcast. My name is Stefan Due. I'm sitting here at the table on a stolen chair in the house from this really nice looking fellow to the right from me. It's the Kiwi skater, Peter Michael, who I think most of you already know, skating on inline, on long track. So multiple times world champion, also formerly called the King of Elimination, with an awesome streak of winning the world title on the elimination back in 2011 until 14, all the years in between, and also in 2016. That's a hard event to keep winning every year. And then on top of that, he also went on ice after the Olympics in Sochi, so he went to the last Olympics in 2018. On the way towards that, he's been winning medals at the World Cup on ice. Woo, woo, woo. So, yeah, and last but not least, a great character, which we had more of our listener once we started the show write me and my DM, just sliding in there saying, like, you guys, we need Peter Michael on the podcast. So now we're here and we got you on the podcast. Welcome, Peter Michael.
Boom. Thanks. Good to be here.
Don't do the mic drop yet. You're just being introduced. You can do it at the end. And also, I should say, to the left of me, I'm sitting here with my brother and co-host of the Dual Power Podcast, my brother Philip. Hey, Philip.
Hello.
What's up? And yeah, today we're just gonna run through a lot of things, and I've been looking forward to talking with you on this one, because you're a great friend of mine. We've been competing against each other sometimes in training camps and guys singing together, or just like now we're skating the marathons at the same time, and you've given me a ride the last day. So sitting in the car talking with you, I'm like, this shit needs to be recorded. It's always awesome whenever you talk with you. So we're just gonna jump right into it. As a quick introduction, can you just tell us, like, when did you start skating, and how did it all start? Like, you didn't go to rugby or something growing up in New Zealand. Why was it skating? And
so I started about when I would have been 7 or 8, I think. It's going back a few years now. And to be honest, I got a set of inline hockey skates for Christmas one year, because I asked for them. I wanted to play inline hockey. I kind of just self-taught a little bit in the playground. I finally approached my parents, told my mum that I'd love to do inline hockey. So we went down to the local rink. That's where I started my skating journey. About 30 minutes into an hour lesson with a bunch of other kids, I happened upon asking, like, where's my hockey stick? Like, I don't need all this shit. I just want a hockey stick. Like, I can't play hockey without a hockey stick. You know, what's the deal? And at that time, Kaelan Dobbin told me that this was inline speed skating.
Oh, okay. So you went to the wrong...
Yeah, so Mum inscribed me for inline speed skating instead of inline hockey, and so my journey began.
Did you do that on purpose? Did she do that on purpose, do you think?
No, because there was we didn't do skating before in the family. We didn't even know any skaters from there, so it was kind of just happened upon. I actually threw the toys when I found out that there's no hockey sticks at inline skating. I went straight off the rink and told my mum that it's time to go. Skedaddle, scram. We got to go. There's no inline skating, no inline hockey here.
I can't do any hooking or any slashing if I don't have a stick to hit somebody with. No.
Yeah, I was like, oh, how am I going to live out that Mighty Ducks dream if there's no stick? So she said, yeah, it's 30 minutes and you were dead set having fun out there.
Yeah.
Were you not?
Yeah.
So, well, I debated with her for a whole of like 10 seconds and then just went back out there and had fun. And then soon after I went to my first nationals and got a taste of winning, and then I was very much addicted.
Yeah. But you went out there and had fun again, and I feel like with you watching you, I feel like that's always been your thing. Like with skating, it's that you see people when you can tell they love it and they are having fun. Yeah. Yeah,
most definitely. I when I'm having an off day, I generally try to boost my own morale. If not, I'll head around and see what's happening with everyone else and see what I can get back. But yeah, when it's fun, I believe it's a lot more enjoyable and a lot more. Yeah, you just get shit done.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
So you're trying also like on purpose to make it more fun, if you can say so, like not being too serious about everything, or like not serious but more relaxed about it in some way.
Why so serious, bro?
Yeah. Why so serious?
To quote like very clever people.
No, yeah, definitely. I think some people, I want to say at times I take it very seriously too.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
There's definitely times when you just need to relax and enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah.
It's sport.
Yeah.
It should be fun.
Yeah.
If it's not fun, then like, what's the point?
Mm.
Yeah, and I think that's maybe the misconception with you as well, because now I said that I can tell that you're having fun, but at the same time, training camp with you and Geisingen, in the trainings, I remember like the group was all over, we were having a break, and like there was 4 seconds till the next interval started, and it was like, yo, we gotta start, 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and you went right into it, and it's like the program, you do it on point, you're a hard worker as well, and before championships, you get really fit, you get skinny, and like do you have that feeling that sometimes people have that misconception about you that you're not as serious just because you're having fun at the same time?
Yeah, most definitely. Quite often, actually. Everyone thinks that I'm just a big walking clown, I think.
Yeah.
But if you go behind the scenes, it's a lot of small details that make it up. When I'm, for instance, now on the ice, I am quite loud, and everybody does say they hear me a lot before they see me.
Yeah, you definitely do.
But I do the training program to the program. Outside of that, I'd love to have fun. If I can enjoy it during the moment too, yeah, definitely will. I kind of got yelled at a little bit by one of my teammates during the training camp in San Benedetto for that. Because I was trying to pump him up to get ready for another sprint, and he basically told me to go to hell. Some of us are hurting, and I should just shut my mouth. So, went a little bit backwards because then maybe it was my immaturity, but that made me smile and giggle. Also, did make me push a lot harder in the training. So,
yeah,
big ups to that. So,
you good now?
Yeah.
So the team you went on a training camp with, that was Team OK? Yeah. Okay. So which teams and on inline and long track and marathon are you currently like representing or skating with? Like, can you just summarize that for us?
Yeah. So I'm with OK Fashion and Jeans for pretty much the whole season inline and ice. For my wheels, I'm rocking Armour. Yeah. So that's always a pleasure.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're squatted up for the whole year, so it's quite fun.
Yeah.
So you focus in both inline and ice. Is it like, or do you have a main focus? Like, or does the team want you to focus more on the ice or inline?
I guess they're really into the marathons. Well, clearly are, but they've allowed me to have my opportunities with inline ice and the marathons. Personally, I want to try to do awesome at everything I do. It's like a gift and a curse. So
I know that.
So I just push hard at everything and try and enjoy it along the way.
Nice.
So when was it you started on inline back when you were 7 or 8 and you're 30 years old now, so it's been a lot of years with skating. But when was it you started to go on ice, or when was the first idea with like chasing the dream on ice?
Just after Sochi, I had my first little taste with
2014 or 15.
Yeah,
or so. Yeah, right.
I
after.
think 15 because I always get them confused because of the season switchover. Thanks to an ex of mine and her family, I had an opportunity to try it for a little bit. So I stepped on the ice, and in all honesty, I hated it.
Yeah,
I was very terrible. It really twisted and turned me for probably the first 7 sessions on the ice. I think I wasted because I just dawdled around the inside like a grandpa. I probably should have had a stroller out there. So that's when I first started, and then once I got into the swing of racing, then it kind of just started connecting, and I skated very terribly for a while until I linked up with Kaylin and worked a lot on technique.
Yeah. So was it the frustration of being a world champion and then going on the ice and then all of a sudden needing like a stroller, like you say, just to keep you upright on your skates? Was that the part that annoyed you in the beginning with the sport, or how was it?
Yeah, definitely. When I stepped on the ice, I'd just come off a pretty successful little Worlds campaign, so it was I felt like I was on top of the world, and then all of a sudden you're literally starting a new sport.
Yeah,
like a lot of people don't understand how difficult that is, because it's not exactly, there's some similarities, but mate, it's still a different sport.
Yeah.
So it was really hard in that aspect, and I like winning, and then I was really dawdling around.
Yeah.
So it was very painful.
I'm so happy. I'm sorry for that.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that from you, because from the outside, and this is of course always how it is from the outside, you look like a guy who did maybe the quickest transition I've ever seen from any inline skater going onto the ice. Because I went on the ice all the way back in 2008, and then Bart went on the ice, and he was quick on the ice, like to transition. But I think you were maybe even quicker, and people were just like, they were starting to realize, shit, these good inliners, when they come on the ice, it's just like boom, and they're in there in the World Cup, skating up there. But then listening to your perspective, it's hard in the beginning, yeah? Yeah,
most definitely. Yeah, maybe I did have a sped up switch over, but it definitely, well, it comes at a cost like anything. It was a lot of dedication, because especially when you're trying to enjoy life, and then you're getting just knocked back every step, because it really feels like 2 steps forward and like 24 backwards. So it felt like a long uphill. But it does feel quite nice when you get a little taste of something on the ice now, because we just don't, as inliners to ice, we don't have the same amount of hours that the ice skaters have in their sport.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of talk that's a deciding factor when you get to the top of the game in any sport, that you're supposed to have accumulated hours of 100 million, thousand, whatever it is. So we're always going to be chasing it. It doesn't matter if I spend seven hours a day on the ice. At one point, it's counterproductive. So
that's an even more frustrating thing as well with ice. Like if you want to do more, sometimes you're just blocking yourself getting better. Because on inline, I feel like we're good enough inliners so that when you want to go hard, you can go hard and you can put it all out there. And then on the ice, you kind of need to turn it down a little bit to stay smooth, stay technical, and all these things. Like, do you think the technical aspect is a bigger thing on ice than it is on inline in a way?
Yeah, most definitely. That's where I was very much restricted in my first 5K. Everyone said it was pretty good. I was happy because it was what I'd set out for. I'd put a goal down, I made it, so I was happy. But I was not technically sound at all, so it was I literally sprinted for 12 and a half laps, and everyone said, oh yeah, there's some technique parts you could fix. Well, mate, there's a lot. It was a full sprint out there. I think my 3 laps in the 1500 the next day were like the same as my 5K laps. So.
Yeah, I heard people talk about that race, and I remember some of your first races, and I think I won't disrespect you either by saying the things people said was like, shit, this guy is skating this fast times, and he looks fucking horrible when he skates. So it's like he must be the strongest guy ever. And like I think that was the idea about inliners, you and Bart and Chad and everyone who went into the sport, that you're a strong guy, no doubt. It's just figuring out that technique to really go fast.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think they saw the potential because the times were not